Hi, friends. I thought that I would be the person to share with you your midweek message. It's been a little while since you've seen me, and I've seen you. But we've had a lot of fun the last few weeks with all of our special Sundays. Youth Sunday was 2 weeks ago, and I heard from all of you, a lot of you at least, how much you appreciated that service and seeing the faces of our young people and the creative way in which we tried to bring worship to you. So thank you for the feedback, and I'm glad it was meaningful. Last week, the United Methodist Men did an awesome job sharing the gift of music and the message, and all around, we are blessed to have great leadership from the men in our church. So that was a lot of fun. Even though I wasn't a part of worship in the visual sense, I was able to help pull all those pieces together, and that was fun for me as well. This coming Sunday, we are going to be celebrating the music ministry of our church. I know that many of you are involved in the different music ministries of our church, and Nicole is working hard at pulling different pieces together so that we have a really great time of worship as we celebrate all of those different areas. And so I'm excited for worship on Sunday. So I hope you all will tune in. However you tune in, I know that some of you watch on Sundays and some of you watch throughout the week, and I want you to know that that is okay as long as you're tuning in at some point. We love to know that our church family is all sharing and worship together in one way or another. So that is something that you can look forward to for this Sunday. Also want to let you know that some of you are wondering still about when will church reopen. I see this church over here is open. Why aren't we? And so I want you to know that the reopening task force and different sub-teams of that committee have been working and reading and listening and researching and talking to try to figure out the best course of action for our church. Not just the best course of action, but the safest for all of us. And so I'm asking two things of you. One is to have patience. I know that it's been a long 4 months, and I miss you dearly, and I know that you miss your church and you miss your church friends and being here and worshiping together. I understand, and I know that it is hard. It is hard for all of us, but I'm just asking you to be a little bit more patient. It's going to be a little bit longer, and I want you to trust. And I know that that's not an easy ask, but I just ask that you would trust me as your pastor, and that you would trust the individuals on the task force, that we are trying our best to do the right thing, to make the best decisions that's safest for everybody so that we do not do any harm. And so please know that we are not taking this lightly. We're not brushing it off, but we are doing a lot of work behind the scenes to try to reopen in a way that will be best. So a little bit more patience and trust is what I'm asking of you. And I know it hasn't been easy, but we are in this together. And yet in the midst of all of this, amazing ministry is happening. We are sharing the love of God in so many different ways. We still have our youth Bible study is still meeting. We're still doing Zoom calls with one another. The United Methodist Women are thinking about an anti-racism book to offer to the church as a study. There's still things happening. We're feeding those who are hungry. We're still able to worship online together and to do that ministry and be the church in a very different way than we're used to. And so I am really proud of the ministry that's still happening here and the commitment and dedication of so many of you who make it possible for us to continue to do what God has called us to do. You are praying us through this as a church. You're supporting us with your financial gifts. And you are out there and you are being God's hands and feet and voice in a very conflicted world right now. And so I just want to thank you and offer you a word of encouragement to continue continue to do all that you're doing. And in time, when it's right, we will be back together, and it will be wonderful. And until then, let's continue to pray. Let's continue to worship. And let's continue to be the church God has called us and equipped us to be. Have a wonderful week. See you soon. Bye-bye.